The Duke of Edinburgh has spent a third night in hospital after a visit from his grandchildren brought him some Christmas cheer. 6 of the royal grandchildren, including Princes William and Harry, went to see 90-year-old Philip at Papworth Hospital near Huntingdon in Cambridgeshire yesterday. The Duke is said to be eager to leave the hospital, where he has been recuperating after treatment for a blocked coronary artery. He will be disappointed if he misses the royal family's Boxing Day shoot, usually led by the Duke, which is expected to go ahead as planned. No details have been given about when he is to be discharged. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said the Duke is in good spirits and will remain in hospital under observation for a short period. The Queen will continue to be briefed on his condition. We do not have details of a release date at this stage. Philip was taken to Papworth at a specialist heart hospital on Friday night after complaining of chest pains. Following tests, doctors discovered a blocked artery and he underwent a minimally invasive procedure of coronary stenting, which was declared a success. This is the most serious health scare suffered by the Duke, who is known for being a robust and active 90-year-old. Millions of people have taken to Britain's high streets in pursuit of bargains in the Boxing Day sales. An estimated 5.6 million drivers will take to the roads in search of a bargain, according to Green Flag Breakdown. But shoppers in London could face disruption as 2 tube drivers prepare to strike over a pay dispute. With sales at stores such as Next opening at 6 a.m, more than 1 in 10, 13% of those will be set off between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m, Green Flag said, although Boxing Day rush is expected to peak around 10:30. The breakdown firm's research found 1 in 5 shoppers plan to do more Christmas shopping in the sales, while 1 in 20 had agreed to buy presents after Christmas Day to save money. Meanwhile, Debenhams, whose Boxing Day sale starts in stores at 7 a.m. today, saw a 75% spike in Christmas Day online traffic compared to last year as people searched for bargains. A Debenhams spokeswoman said customers were enjoying the opportunity to pick up bargains without leaving home. Businesses has been brisk at shopping centres in the run-up to Christmas, despite many families tightening their purse strings amid financial uncertainty. As you have just heard, travellers in London face disruption today as planned strike by the tube drivers gets underway. Shoppers in search of a Boxing Day bargain in the capital are likely to be affected today. Labour accused the coalition government today of hypocrisy for failing to ensure a rail service on Boxing Day. Transport spokesman John Woodcock said that in opposition, the Conservatives routinely attack Labour for forcing families and sports fans onto the roads by failing to provide trains the day after Christmas. But he said that ministers had done nothing in office to encourage operators to run a Boxing Day service. He also highlighted Boxing Day comments from then Conservative transport spokesman Stephen Hammond in both 2008 and 2009, lambasting Labour for condemning sports fans and families to misery on our clogged up motorways. Mr Woodcock said, "This is total hypocrisy from the Tories. Year after year in opposition, the Tories attacked the Boxing Day rail shutdown, but in government they have done nothing to encourage rail operators to run a Boxing Day service, and this Boxing Day most trains are not running." This is typical of the Conservative Party's opportunism, making promises that they had never had any intention of keeping. Transport Secretary Justine Greening should tell us what she plans to do to ensure that Boxing Day services do run in the future, or else admit that her party was simply chasing headlines in opposition by raising this issue and had no real intention of doing anything about it. Last week, a High Court judge concluded that the planned strike by tube drivers embroiled in a pay dispute was lawful and could go ahead. Drivers belonging to the unison ASLEF are to stage a 24-hour strike over the union's demand for extra pay for its members working on the public holiday. London Underground said tube services were likely to be significantly disrupted, but vowed to run as many as possible. Police in central Russia have launched an investigation to find out what caused a massive fire at the warehouse of a consumer goods market in the city of Yekaterinburg. The fire broke out on Sunday and soon swept out over an area of 4,000 square meters. On Monday, the blaze had been largely contained, but a third warehouse was still burning. 2 warehouses had already burnt out. Firefighters in Russia complained that the pressure in the fire hydrants was too low to adequately contain the blazes. It is a dead-end network. It leaves a lot to be desired, said the first deputy head of Russia's emergency ministry, Dekretary, in the Sverdlovsk region. Around 150 firefighters, 32 vehicles and a special fire train took part in the firefighting operation. No casualties or other injuries were reported. And finally, the Wives have reached the top spot in the charts for the military tribute. It is the biggest selling single of the year and now the Christmas #1. The Military Wives Choir has marched to the top of the charts with the song Wherever You Are. The single Wherever You Are sold 556,000 copies in the last week, more than the rest of the top 12 combined, the official charts company said. Gareth Malone formed the group for BBC Two's programme The Choir, which climaxed with the group performing at the Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall. Proceeds from the single are being donated to the Royal British Legion and the Soldiers, Sailors, Airmen and Families Association. The choir's success was announced at 3 p.m. today during the festive edition of BBC One's Top of the Pops. Malone said, "This is so surreal. Who would have guessed in those first rehearsals that we could take Christmas #1? It is testament to the military wives, hard work and the nation's support of them, as well as the power of the singing. It's a winning combination, a Christmas #1 winning combination. Thank you to the British public for supporting the Royal British Legion and Forces help by buying this single. Chris Evans and Radio 2 have helped us to showcase the talent and strength of these amazing women. The support of the British military for the choir has been fantastic. I'm delighted that they have found their voice. We did it." Well done to those indeed. And that is it. We are back at 5:45 with the evening news. But for now, have a lovely Boxing Day afternoon. Bye bye.